Ladies, gentlemen, and goblins of all ages, welcome to the Dour Gnome Adventures side quest in space. This is Session 2, Combat Anthropology. I am Dimitri, and I will be your space master tonight. The away team is composed of, Brian, who are you again?
Checking my notes. Zamir, yes, that's right.
Okay. Yep. All right, Brian and Zamir. Matt, do you remember who you are?
Chick.
Oh, of course, the inimitable Chick. Mark?
It's
Okay, all right, as long as you're sure. And finally, we have Ryan as...
Novasi, the human envoy.
Right, excellent. So last time you guys were introduced to Starfinder 2. You were aboard the Wadenite temple ship Stylus of Destiny, and you had arrived at a planet known as Burnham's Bubble, discovered by a Wadenite explorer. And so far, previously to literally today, no one had been able to land on it because it was protected by a glass-like field that just prevented everything except looking down, and showed that there were no inhabitants, no wildlife in the lush jungles. But it seems like in the wake of the drift crisis, the shield has cracked and come down in places. And so survey teams have been able to arrive. And you guys were asked to assist one of these survey teams with their survey and or defenses, since aboard the Stylus of Destiny, you were a security team. You did a survey of a site where you found an existing survey team, and afterwards you compared notes with them, and as far as you can tell, the story is whatever civilization was living on this planet built these defensive towers and their controls. And these towers were supposed to work in symbiosis with the surrounding wildlife. And at some point, while these defenses basically hid the planet and the beings, at some point, however, they seemed insufficient because additional technology originating from most likely a completely different civilization was bolted onto the existing tower network. And corresponding controls were etched onto the control panels. However, it seems that it was operating on some sort of a quantum mechanics principle, and it was drawing on the tower network for power rather than integrated in symbiosis with the planet, the way the tower network had originally been. And then something happened, and then something else happened. Now, the something else you're sure is the drift crisis. So it threw basic mechanics of the setting out of whack, and that's why the shield is collapsing. But now it turns out not only that, the wildlife is coming back. As you guys were having a debriefing, there was a message from the captain of the Stylus of Destiny that came through on your comlinks and then got cut off. You guys noticed that there were intelligent, seemingly beings, because you had seen their description on the bottom of the tower, humanoid in shape, but looking more like blocks of stone than, flesh and blood beings. As you notice them cowering there right next to the control panels, all the wildlife came back. Birds fly through the sky and actually flicker back and forth before the thing stabilizes. And then in the middle of the survey site, right next to that tower that you guys surveyed, there is a large dude. The dude, as far as you can tell, looks like a turtle, except he's got some sort of a wing-like thing under the shell or something.
I want to call this a girdle.
Sure. You can do that until you make a check to know what it's actually called. And the dude seems to be standing there, and also everybody seems to be pretty confused about what's going on. Because, well, half a second ago, neither of you were aware of the other's existence. And now you are in initiative.
We're not in initiative.
No. Did I need to unpause the game before I hit Ed Encounter?
No, but you can do it either way.
All right. Well, I have unpaused.
Can we roll, D?
Yes, you may roll. Those are rolls. Those are rolls.
Oh, God.
Okay, I don't know if you actually see what I rolled.
No.
That's good. Okay, let's see. And this thing is... Does it get its own initiative or not? I think it should, because it has a reaction.
Okay. I see a D20 plus question mark, but the total is there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's go through who rolled what. We've got well, interesting. It seems that two of you are actually sharing the same initiative. And those two are Chick and Navasi. What are your totals?
We got a 60.
Well, I mean, yes. But let's see. And if we want to do tiebreaker by modifier, Chick has the highest. But I'll let you guys decide which of you acts, because you are actually going to start things off. And below that, we have... Did we ever settle on the pronunciation for Izef, or is it Izef?
I've just been going by SF.
Okay. And what is your total for initiative?
10.
Okay. And why is Zamir showing me an hourglass?
It's a 9.
Yes, but somehow in the encounter tracker, it's...
Usually that's for a delay.
Zamir?
Yeah.
Oh.
It says if you mouse over it. I don't know why it's on that, though.
Okay. Can I don't know why.
Go backwards through the...
Well, there was only one thing below you. And
Thanks.
so I delayed it, and it moved around, and I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but there's probably plenty of things.
You can go backwards through the initiative tracker.
Is that the previous turn?
Yeah.
Click? Ah, yes. There we go. Okay. Now, that would be Chick.
That sounds lovely. I would like to recall knowledge.
Okay. Let me take a look and see which of your abilities is going to be good here. Okay, guys, I'm going to need a moment because I need to locate where I have...
The front page of the character sheet should give you the recall knowledges, what you need, and the DCs.
Okay, so that's...
If you double-click the token.
Yes, I'm actually in the PDF for the adventure. Find out. I think you're right, and I should do that.
I think it doesn't give it to you usually in the adventures, but Foundry automates it.
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so what lores do you have, Chick? Okay, are you trained in nature?
I am.
All right, that is going to be the role that you will need.
Okay, here we go.
Well, I mean, it's red. That's usually not good.
No, it's not good.
So
I've never seen anything like this before. No, I have seen something like this before. It's very friendly.
Okay. Well,
and
first of all, what is the total there?
It's an 8.
Okay, so...
But I did roll a 1, Dimitri.
Well, it's all right. So first of all, the 1 means that you critically, it stages things down.
Yep.
Right? It's a failure, and then 1 makes it a critical failure. But it was already a failure by 10. So you have critically failed. You are absolutely certain that this is... Actually, you're confused about whether this is a turtle or a tortoise, and whether you should throw it in the nearest body of water or not.
I vote we do.
But you have 2 actions in case you want to throw it in the nearest body of water.
Do I have anything that will allow me to throw it?
Got 2 hands.
You are currently... Wait, no. Which one is Chick?
That's me.
All the way in the back.
That's 80. You are 80 feet away from this tortoise-turtle hybrid. It's very large. It must mean it will take more than 1 person to toss it back into the... Well, there is a pond over there to the southeast of it, to the east of you. There's also a waterfall behind you, but the waterfall doesn't seem to be large enough to accommodate this hypothetical amphibian.
Okay, well, I'm going to move up 50. I'm going to double move because it looks like it really does need to move back in. It really does need to move back into the water, so I'm going to move myself there.
Chick, what are you doing?
All right, so I'm actually going to say that some of that is a little bit difficult terrain because you were on the other
side. Then move me back wherever you want me, wherever you want to.
I'm just going to put you back 10.
Fabulous.
So Chick is moving forward, and I'm assuming you're going, don't worry, little guy, I'll put you where you need to go.
Yeah, pretty much. I was trying to, I have everybody on kind of a telepathic channel, like, no, it needs to be returned to its aquatic habitat. Let's go take care of it.
Okay, that has ended your turn. Yes, Navasi.
Oh yeah.
Seeing this, what would you like to do?
Navasi first responds to Chick. What are you doing, you fool? This thing is dangerous.
No, it's not.
Issues a directive. Get him. You single out an enemy for you and your allies to focus your attacks on. This concentrated assault weakens the enemy's defenses. Select a creature within 60 feet that you can see. This would be the tortilla.
Yes.
That creature takes a -1 circumstance penalty to AC and reflex saves until the beginning of your next turn.
I believe the proper pronunciation is tortilla.
And with this...
It is within 60 feet of you, yes.
With this also is lead by example. If you attack the target you select before the end of your turn, you reveal a weak point in your foe's defenses. You gain a circumstance bonus to damage rolls against the target equal to 1 plus half your charisma modifier. And your allies gain a +1 circumstance bonus to damage rolls against the target.
And you have charisma, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay,
like
so it's all counted in there.
All right. And then for my second action, I'm going to do acquire. Well, my second action, I'm going to pull my pistol. Third action, I'm going to acquire an asset, which is another single action.
Okay, just a sec. It seems that it put get him on your character. How do I move that to the taco?
Just drag it from the chat and onto the character.
Oh, wait. Nope. It activated lead by example. That's absolutely not what he should have. Or is that get him, or is it
the effect to get him? It does activate the lead by example. So if I do stack him, and I don't think it doesn't do the.
It looks like he's got the get him.
Yeah.
It just said activating lead by example. All right.
So pulled my weapon for my second action. Then my third action is acquire asset. You assess a foe while in the thick of battle by observing their reactions to your attack. Make a melee or ranged strike against a creature that is not your asset. He is not my asset. On a hit, your target becomes your asset as if you had used size up. On a critical hit, you can immediately attempt a check. Recall knowledge about the target.
So you're literally shooting first and asking questions later.
Yes. And giving you guys bonuses to do that as well.
Love it.
So I am going to make an attack.
And it looks like, yes, the armor class has already been accounted for. So I know the number you need.
That is a 13 for a total of 18.
That actually hits.
That hits.
Love that.
All right. So that does... I gain a +1 plus half my charisma to my damage. What does size up give me? +1 circumstance bonus to deception, diplomacy, and intimidation and perception checks and recall knowledge.
So not to damage, though.
Nope. But just lead by example.
Right now, but you're doing damage, and I haven't seen that roll yet.
Nope, I'm doing it now. That should be a 7 with the +3 from get him.
Okay, so I've got him selected. I'm going to click to apply damage to selected, and it has taken 7 points of damage you have dealt. So you get your size up, which, let's see. What does that do exactly?
Size.
So just these circumstance bonuses to deception, diplomacy, intimidation, and perception, and circumstance bonus to attempts to recall knowledge, if I'm reading that right.
Yep.
Okay, and is that the end of your turn?
That is all 3 of my actions.
Okay, so you have acted, and now the tortilla is going to... let's see. Tortilla does have tactics. Yes, there are things it likes to do, and there are things it doesn't like having done to it. So
it's just
now,
being shot.
Yes, being shot is apparently one of them. And unfortunately, it can't react because it didn't act before you did. So what it's going to do is, so it takes a couple of steps back in the direction of the clearing, and then you guys see it, hold on. All right. So it goes over there. So it's further east of the tower rather than south, and it's further east on the map. And at that point, you see that it unfurls from under its shell. Protrusions that look like extensions of the shell, actually. They seem to be like wings. So this dude has wings under him. And then dude flaps these wings and screeches. And I need everybody who is not named Izef to roll me a will save.
I forgot my name is actually Isef.
Sorry, no.
Him. My name is Isef as well. I am Spartacus.
Sorry, I don't have any plural Spartaci.
All right, that's decent.
That can't be good for me.
I still have not rolled above a 10.
So, what is highest roll I see here? Who's got highest? 18 from?
Zamir and Chick both have 18.
Okay, that's nice. And Navasi's got a 12. All right. So with an 18, you have actually succeeded on your will save against a rather intimidating shell display.
Oh, okay.
However, Navasi is failed, and you are currently frightened and suppressed. So let's see where that would be in the effects, wouldn't it?
Got it. Frightened and suppressed?
Yes.
Please tell me about suppressed.
Okay. Well, suppressed, when I find it. Where is suppressed?
Don't see it?
I do see the frightened, but I don't see the suppressed.
Might not be in there.
Okay, so I think I need to do actually this. Click that, click on Navasi, and then click apply effect. Nope, that wasn't it. All right, so that is actually something else that happens as part of the intimidating display. I will get to it in a second. I was trying to find where the freaking thing is on here.
Can someone help me understand while we are finding that what suppressed does? I do not see the condition.
I have found it. So you have been affected by a high volume of incoming fire or a particularly dangerous attack that forces you to act less efficiently for your own safety. You take a -1 circumstance penalty on attack rolls and a -10 food status penalty to your speed. So now let me see if I can drag this suppressed onto the token. And yes, I can. And that should be on you.
It is. I don't like it.
You are suppressed for 1 round because of your failure. It should give you time to reflect on your failure. And as part of this intimidating display, the turtle man also raises those flaps like they're shields.
Oh.
So the turtle man basically lifts those flaps, flaps them, tries to affect you guys mentally, and then hides behind them like they're shields.
Coward ass bitch.
Seems rather juvenile.
And that ends his turn. Now, what do I click here? Next turn?
I would also say that he's something of a mutant turtle.
You don't know his age, though.
Well, he's definitely a juvenile.
All right. Perhaps he is also trained in stealth.
Do you want us to see that ability in the...
Well, maybe I shouldn't have, but it's there.
Okay.
It's fine.
Cool. Just making sure.
I clicked it and I didn't realize that it was going to everybody.
Okay.
Oh, well. Ryan, to advance turns in encounter, do I just click next turn?
Yes.
Okay. The android.
That is Isaf. So real quick, on the map, and we may have addressed this, I apologize, but there are a number of, it looks like stone walls.
Yes.
Are these low cover that I could get behind?
Sure. Technically, you would have low cover on the stairs already, because this is stairs down, but it's kind of occupied right now. So if you wanted to go there,
All right, so I'm going to use 2 movement increments to, pardon me, and then make my way here to the corner of the wall. I believe, what is the range increments here on a pistol?
I think it's 60.
It's perfect. I am 60 away. I will take a shot with my semi-automatic pistol. All right, that's a 4 on the die for a 13 to hit.
That is not going to hit.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, that brings us to Zamir.
Isn't it just? Well, I don't know what the hell this is. Let's move forward.
Perhaps you know nature.
Perhaps I do. Sure, let's waste an action trying to figure out what the fuck this is. Is there anything else applicable?
Well, it depends. What lores do you have?
Physical science. It's not, unless it's a rock.
Hey, hey, take yes for an answer there, Mir.
Okay, why don't you roll me nature?
All right.
Chick is right. Chick is completely right, because you also failed just as critically by rolling that one and already critically failing by the numbers. Both of you clearly need to approach it, grab it by the wings, and drag it into water.
I tend
totally
to disagree. No. Maybe that's what a good person would do, but I don't think that's what I'm going to be doing.
Actually, I kind of forgot something, so I wanted to mention that now. It wasn't relevant because none of you were within 60 feet of that flower over there in the back.
Or-
I don't know if you guys have noticed,
It's on the
but
the tracker.
right. So that thing is actually participating in combat.
Is it now?
Yes, because when the intimidating shell display happened, it also somehow triggered a burst of spores around the flower.
Didn't it just?
Yes, and as a matter of fact, it was a pretty big area. So there was a singular burst of spores, coincidentally happening at the same exact time as the shell display that none of you were caught in.
Wonderful.
But it might explain why the turtle dude is walking back and to the right towards the flower, because it seems like maybe the flower burst might protect him, and so he's walking towards the flower burst while shielding himself with his shell wing things.
Sure.
You've got one more action. What would you like to do?
I'm going to touch grass.
Sure, roll me natural sciences.
No, this is the touch something real action.
Oh, you actually have an ability.
Yes,
I thought he was going to get high.
So the quantum pulse actually triggers when I roll initiative, so it is pretty much always up. The touch grass is a single action, briefly touching or visiting with your anchor, which I don't know what the fuck the anchor is supposed to be, but it's supposed to be a physical object. So something on my person is the anchor. I just don't know what the fuck it is. Anyway, I'm fucking around with it, which would normally decrease your value of either frightened or stupefied, which I don't have. And if you do not have it, you get a +1 circumstance bonus to will saves against fear effects until the start of your next turn.
Nice.
And that will be the end of my turn.
And what does the quantum pulse do? Because that's the first time it's come up.
Yes. So, okay. The quantum pulse just activates your quantum field. This is stacked fucking menus here. Hold on. Let me find the fucking shit. The quantum field. You can draw on paradoxical forces to create a reality warping quantum field. This might manifest as a haze in the air that shows shimmers of alternate realities, or appears as walls of glowing magical equations only you can understand. The effects of your quantum field are determined by your paradox. You can further enhance blah 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 blah. They gives you an anomaly, so your movements blur as images of alternate iterations of you flicker around your current form, and your speech echoes with a chorus of otherworldly sounds. Anytime an enemy within the quantum field attempts an action with the concentrate trait, the action is disrupted unless they succeed at a DC 5 flat check.
Okay, and do you just set it up when you start combat?
Yes, because I have the hold on. Because I have the quantum pulse feat, when you roll initiative, it activates your quantum field.
Okay. And where do you position that?
It's a 15-foot burst, centered on a point you choose, which is really just kind of where I was standing.
Okay, so it's still back where you were.
It's on the stairs, yeah.
Okay. And there isn't currently an enemy there.
That's okay.
And
there were things popping into fucking reality at the time.
that's true. That is true. It lasts as long as you sustain it, but you didn't sustain it, so now it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Or as long as you sustain it, or until the end of your next turn.
Okay. So in that case, it was there, but now it's not there anymore. But that seems to be how things are going on the planet right now.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fine.
I'm really just blending in.
Okay, so we're going to go to the top of round 2. Chick, it appears your initial assessment was at least partially incorrect? Maybe? What would you like to do now?
It bellowed at us, huh?
Well, it's hiding behind its hands. Maybe it doesn't have object permanence and thinks you've disappeared.
Maybe we have disappeared.
Well, it kind of, for mechanical purposes, it's effectively raised a shield. But the shield is part of itself, kind of.
I can't do that again. I am going to step over to the envoy and pat them on the shoulder and say, Zon Shalen's guidance to you, and I cast the guidance cantrip on you.
You stepped over to Isef?
Yes.
Isef just learned that they're an envoy, so thank you.
No, I apologize. Oh, God, I'm still... Yeah, my fault. I am a bit muddled.
You're an
This is
envoy
very
to
new.
all androids.
This is very new.
So I have cast guidance on you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not saying you were wrong. I'm saying I didn't know what my class was, so I've now learned that it's an envoy.
I don't think you're an envoy.
No,
Okay.
Ryan is the envoy, and I thought Ryan's character was next to me. And I have a spell effect. Oh, wait, can I just do that? Nope, can't do it. But yes, I give you guidance.
And what do guidance do?
Okay, guidance is a cantrip. Cantrips are unlimited use spells. In this case, it grants the target a +1 status bonus to one attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check the target attempts before the duration ends. Now, the duration is until the start of my next turn.
Oh, right. And I think the modifiers from Navasi are not status type, so they could potentially stack.
Fabulous. As we say in 2E, every +1 counts.
Okay. Anything... No, that's 3 actions, isn't it? Because you have to step over.
Yep.
Step is a single action.
And guidance is...
1 action.
So you actually still have another.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little dance.
Love.
Get down tonight.
Okay. So that brings us to Navasi, who is currently frightened and suppressed by the shell display.
Yep, because that's what I really need in my life. Navasi is going to move forward 15 feet because that is the movement speed that she currently has by being suppressed.
Mm-hmm.
That moves her within 60 feet of this tortoise-like thing. And he is going to use Get Him again. So I'm singling him out. And he takes a -1 circumstance penalty to AC reflex saves until the beginning of my next turn. And I am going to fire a round at him.
So I put it back on him. So he once again takes -1 to AC and reflex.
Pistol. And that is a total of 15 to hit. Not rolling great.
Oh, no, that is actually going to miss.
So that's a move, a get 'em, and a strike. That will end my turn. As Navasi says, do you understand now that he's trying to hurt us?
I have a better idea now.
Okay, so
We're not throwing him in the water.
Now, frightened goes away by 1 at the end of your turn,
Yes.
correct? Okay, and suppressed is also going to go away because it was only for 1 round. So you are still shooting at the turtle dude, and the turtle dude is not really happy about that. So let's see. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not it. How quick is this guy? Where is his speed?
Going the distance.
Each be bottom left, I believe. The front of their...
By the way, what are the other guys in the landing party doing?
Well, it seems that they are doing about the same thing. That I've only put one of those rocky beings on the map. There's actually a couple of them. So it's basically the three of them are sitting on one side of the console from the three of the rocky beings. Uh-huh. And they're all just kind of staring at each other. And actually, no, they were in range of the display. So they were also cowering. So they do not want to get involved, especially because you are the security team that was supposed to be involved in this kind of thing.
Fair.
What I want to know is whether there's actual cover behind the tower.
I'm 55 feet.
Not far enough.
Yeah. Probably just far enough that a double move will get you within...
That's the problem. It doesn't get to you with a single move, which is not his preferred course of action. However...
Well, he's the one who moves back.
There has been a particular person who has been shooting him.
I only shot him once.
Yeah. Not for lack of trying. Not for lack of trying.
I'm glad that you guys all think I'm talking about you, because I can actually get to all of you right now. It's great. However, does this dude have reach? Does he have reach?
Yes, he's a large creature. He's got
by default they're supposed to have reach.
They don't all have reach.
They don't all have reach, but usually they do.
Where would it?
It would say on a strike.
Yes,
melee strike.
Yes, actually, yes. Apparently, it does have. Oh my god! It has reach with fists. So, in that case, it can actually move 30. It can move 30 and then punch people. No, it still can't punch enough people. You guys are still just far enough because I moved back. Yes.
Who moved back?
Yeah, I really feel like there's a lack of tactics here.
don't want to get shot.
Yeah, let's move back so we don't get shot by the guns that have range.
Right. Since clearly that didn't work. First of all, he just popped out of a quantum nap.
That's true.
He's grumpy. He's never seen you guys or
needs 5 more quantum minutes.
Yes.
Hit the quantum snooze bar.
Right. So we're just gonna stride and see if we can dissuade Nawasi in the melee fashion. So let's see that. Yeah, sure. So while he does have reach, the primary attack mode.
Sorry, not to interrupt. Once he moves the first 5 foot increments, I'm going to enable hair trigger and take a shot at him.
By the way, as soon as he moves his fucking feet, I shoot him.
16 to hit.
That actually hits.
There's our number.
Nice.
He will take 5 points of damage.
Is there any addition to this because he is currently get'emed?
Let me double check again. Get him.
Lead by example. Is that your bonus?
Lead by example is yes. I get gain a +3 circumstance bonus to damage rolls against the target, and my allies gain a +1 circumstance bonus to damage against the rolls against the target.
So instead of a 5, I'm going to have to apply 6.
Yep.
Okay. So,
Matt, do not click damage.
Right. I actually
or double.
I forgot to add 1 this time before I clicked, so I just should have shift clicked. So this actually changes things because he decides that he doesn't actually want to approach you guys, and basically you watch him get shot, turn around, and walk back. Actually, hold on. How many actions is that thing? Right. You watch him turn around, go back, and he's not doing the shell display. He's not threatening you guys, but he has raised it. Because clearly just walking up to you is asking to get shot. And if your shell is raised, you don't. So he doesn't really know how far is far enough. You guys shot him when he was where? Over here?
Yeah.
So he's just gonna move a little bit further back. Okay, and that you have successfully dissuaded him from approaching. Good job. What would you like to do next, Isef?
Okay. So 70-second range increment, but we also have this flower here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
where are you
yes.
pinging?
That's not the one.
So when you guys examined this last session, what you were able to tell is that there's actually a two-part thing.
Yeah, no, sorry. The other combatant is back here. I did not see.
Yes, this one is like the berries of the flower, and that one is like the bulbs that burst in the air.
Okay.
Cool. I'm just going to walk out.
So one second. I gotta actually click the thing. Now I should have clicked the raise shield effectively before ending turn, but I did not. So I apologize. I'll keep in mind what his AC should be.
Cool. Isef is going to use mobile aim, which allows you to stride and then aim your gun while moving. The aim, if hit, gives an additional 1d4 precision damage and reduces cover, but he's not in cover. So he's going to be jumping through the air and firing twice.
Just one question. Are you going to use guidance on any of this?
No.
All right.
13 to hit misses,
Guidance.
That's correct.
Away.
and 6 will not hit. So he's now standing 25 feet or 20 feet closer to the turtle and ending his turn in the open.
That took 3 actions?
Yep.
All right.
Mobile aim was a stride and aim, and then 2 shots.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That brings us to Zemir. Guidance has gone away at this point.
Oh, wait, on Chick Chick's turn?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was from Zemir. My bad.
Nope. I can't guide anything. Let's see. What should I do? Well, let's warp his reality.
Nope, there goes gravity.
Yeah, hopefully he throws up.
Yeti?
So I'm going.
Yes.
I'm going to center it on where he's standing.
Okay. And is this automatic or do I get a save of some sort?
Nope, it's just fuck you. This is I'm warping the reality, and you can take it or leave it.
All right. And what does it do to him?
Nothing.
Now or ever?
Well,
Funny
so
you should ask that.
the anomaly aspect is just if he uses something with a concentrate trait, that it's disrupted unless he makes a DC 5 flat check.
Aha. Now I have to check whether he has anything with a concentrate trait. Good to know.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast.
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
You know that's not what I meant.
Concentrate trait.
There's a reverberation.
I'm sure there is. Also, while the quantum field is active, it lets me use stuff that has the anchoring, which basically is just touch something real at this point. But what else should I do? He's too far away, and I like that. Apparently all the fucking spells that I have are within 30 feet, and 30 feet is too close. That's not true. I have one. Okay, hold on. So I have 2 actions left. Therefore,
Well, he was going to approach you guys, but someone shot him again.
well, I'll force barrage him with 2 actions.
I'm sure he's going to appreciate that.
I'm sure he will. So that is what 1d4 plus 1 per action.
Yep.
Correct. Okay, so that is going to be 2. Hold on. Nope. How do I do that?
You, when you click the spell, it's like add extra dice, and then you fiddle around to make sure it's force damage. And I remember Bob.
I remember Bob. That's
What about Bob?
Hold on, I did that fucking wrong. Okay, that's this sucks.
You
Fuck.
could just roll 2d4.
Is it not D4 plus 1?
Yes, but then we can add 3 because he's currently getted.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, let's verb that noun.
Here, this. Hooray!
Yeah, get him, Zemir.
Well, no, get him. Force barrage.
So you have just dealt a total of how many force points?
5, not including the get him,
Plus-
which is
Plus 1 get him makes it a 6. All right.
Okay.
So I gotta.
5 force and 1 get him.
Well, I think it's circumstance, and I think it applies the same type of damage.
I prefer to think of it as get him damage.
Okay, well, that was not the right click.
No, that was wrong.
Well, that was slightly more than he should have taken. So
Did you click double, Dimitri?
No. I just, instead of doing +1, I typed in the 6. So I added 6 to the 5. That's a little much, just a bit.
We'll take it.
Well,
no, he'll take it.
You won't. He will, but he should.
You will take it and you'll like it.
We'll give it and you like it.
Zamir's going to give it to you.
Don't get me started.
Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real.
Well, yes, that's essentially what you did. Because he was closed behind his shell, and then you
Much love
you
from
went
my
right
enemies.
All right,
right, break bread or shells.
Okay, so that is 3 actions. I'm having a problem because the only thing on the tracker is delay. I don't have a thing to end turn.
Really?
Yes.
It's weird.
Okay. Let me close the tracker.
I'm just going to click next turn.
By all means.
And move on from you to the plant that sits there and does nothing.
Because we're not getting any closer to you.
No, that's not true. The android moved closer.
Okay, well, the plant itself does nothing, so we go to the top of round 3 and chick.
Get him, chick.
Okay. I'm getting them. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Let me see. What is the range on that? Range on that is 30 feet, and I'm more than 30 feet away. Let me see how much I need to move.
This is my problem.
Whoa, that's not good.
No, it's far.
I'm really far away. And I'm not certain that I really want to get that much closer.
Yes, triple move adjacent. That's perfectly within my plans.
Yeah, this is great. Every single thing that I could do has a range of 30
feet. Yeah, the only thing that I had that didn't was force barrage.
Oh god, I'm gonna move. How far is this?
Running away is a tactic.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily effective or something that'll play out well in the long run, but it's a tactic.
I'm gonna move to cover behind this right here.
That is the berries chunk of the plant. When you guys examined it, you didn't think it was the dangerous part. The dangerous part is still over there.
Kick him in the berries.
I'm gonna move to there, so I'm still within range. And I am going to give Navasi guidance this turn. Guidance apparently has a 30-foot range, so you get some guidance.
All right.
And that is the end of Chick's turn.
That brings us to Navasi.
Love that for us.
Navasi was eyeballing the spot that Chick moved to, but instead is going to move up just northwest of Chick along the edge of this path here for an action. Is also going to use get him again.
Again? You keep getting them.
Well, I want to keep giving some bonuses here, so I think that's a good use of an action. And then that's 2 actions, and then for my 3rd action, I would like to strike with my pistol and take a shot with guidance.
So that's whatever you roll +1.
Yeah. Here, can I add guidance?
No, because sadly I cannot spray my buffs around. At least I was not able to earlier. I'll try it again.
Well, that's a 25 to hit.
Oh dear. No.
Okay, that does connect. However, are you doing physical damage with your shot?
Yes.
Okay, so then what he's doing is, because he's got the shell raised, he is doing a bit of a deflection.
Okay. Just doing a shield block, huh?
Yep. Go ahead and tell me what your damage is.
Damage is...
Oh, you're getting +3 to it because you are leading by example, aren't you?
Yes. That is going to be 7 points of damage.
Well, let's just keep it to what you rolled on the die, shall we?
Okay.
Because it appears some of that does not go through because it bounces partially off the shell. Now, obviously, this isn't like a separate shield that you hold in your hand. When that breaks, that breaks. This is like part of him. So you're still hurting him. Any excess damage that isn't blocked by the shell is effectively dealt to the creature.
Okay. That is 3 actions for Navasi, and I'm sure this thing is not happy now.
You are correct, because it is his turn, and it is within his tactics that he is quite unhappy. So what he's going to do is the same thing he has done previously. That is...
Run away?
Run away.
Run away to your pretty flowers?
Is there a button for me to use this thing?
Your comfort flowers?
Well, actually, he's going to try to threaten you with his shell again. So I'm going to need a will save from everybody within 90 feet. So that's all of you.
Yeah, okay. Well, dive.
Some double figures there, people.
I'm gonna use my hero point to reroll.
Sure. Okay, so is that Navasi using a hero point, so it's not a 10? And what do you get instead? Okay, that's a number that's higher.
I doubled it.
How much higher is it?
I went from a natural 4 to a natural 8 for a total of 14.
So that's a 14. Chick is lower than that, though. You are at
13.
Okay, and the other two are once again sharing the high number.
17.
Zamir and Isef both at 17. And all of you fail.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, what happens to all of you is that you've got, let me see, can I just drag this condition out of here and just slap it on you guys? Like that. Oh, that's neat. Here, you are frightened, and you are frightened, and you are frightened, and you are suppressed, and you are suppressed, and you are suppressed. Everybody gets suppressed.
You're way too happy for that.
This takes...
You
know
what
this is?
GM.
You know what this
How's
is?
it feel on the other side,
I was
Ryan?
about to say, this is what vengeance feels like.
Now, that takes 2 actions, but it automatically raises the shell again. So instead of spending 3 actions on that, he spends 2 actions. And as he does that, you've got a spore burst happening behind him.
Yeah.
So one of the pods you guys noticed at the bottom of the plant bursts. And here is within 60 feet of the plant.
You can do a template if you want for burst.
I can, but I can also see that the only person who is within 60 is Isef, the android. So what I need is a basic fortitude save.
Is it poison? And are androids susceptible to poisons?
That is a good question. Are androids susceptible? Do you have any kind of poison resistance or anything? Do you currently get a bonus to a save against poison?
You get a +1, so that's 11.
Okay. All right.
The saves are what's going to kill us.
That. Well, fortunately for you,
are what's going to kill us. Stop it.
Fortunately for you, this damage can't possibly get any lower. Take a single point of poison damage.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's amazing, isn't it? How damaging this encounter has been for you guys. And then the dude ambles off because he's like, leave me alone. I'm done here.
Did he actually say that?
Well, I mean, no, but you guys can attempt nature checks on your turn to see if he did. Izef, what would you like to do with your turn?
If I'm understanding frightened correctly, I just flee.
No, this is not that. On your character should tell you. Wait, is it?
It's a status penalty to checks and DCs.
Oh, okay, yes. So
I'm
this
sorry.
isn't a fear spell that makes you flee. This is just a condition that gives you a minus.
Cool. Out of game, I'm on Archives of Nethys, not Archives. Is this Starfinder 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, they haven't updated Nethys for 2E yet.
Yeah, because this is playtest.
Now,
Yeah, I was about to say, is it still on the playtest? Is it coming out at Gen Con? Is that it?
Yeah, there's one book that came out, but it's not like the player core comes out.
I will, however, tell you that he's got cover behind the tower. It doesn't specifically have a footprint. Like, if you look at the trees block your line of sight, I think.
Cool.
I'm not sure how well you see around the tower.
Well, I mean, if you move to the side of the tower, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there you go. I'm going to use mobile aim, and I will strike twice.
Just not letting it go. Not letting it go.
Nope. I am both suppressed and frightened. Is that correct?
Yep.
Suppressed reduces your speed. So you were, I believe, 60 feet away from the flower. Do you have enough movement to get where you're going?
Yeah, what's it reduced it to? 15?
Yeah.
Minus 10. So if you have 25, it would be 15. I think you were over there. So that would be a double move for you.
I'll move here. I can hit him, and it's not giving cover.
I'm going to say a single point of cover.
That's fine. All right, I'm still going to use the mobile aim. It allows me to stride. It's going to be 18 to hit.
Ooh.
6 points of damage.
Which would be nice if not for the cover. So he has the shell raised, and that increases his AC, and the cover, basically your shot plinks off a chunk of the tower.
All right, cool.
Shell.
The second one misses then, and that's the end of my turn.
Well,
Zamir.
what?
Oh, your frightened ticks down, by the way, because you went.
Both of them tick off.
So I will remove those conditions from Isef.
You slowed me. Can't move as fast. Not that I'm going to get any closer. Let's move over here. Hey, how's it going? Funny weather we're having.
Frightening, even.
It's a very strange place. I am not a fan.
Well, that's one action to move over here. Let's take 2 more for another force barrage. Fuck your cover. And let's see if I can't actually get this done correctly this time. The answer's probably going to be no.
Well, there's no attack roll for this.
I know.
So the suppressed penalty doesn't apply. The frightened doesn't apply to anything. You're not really making a check or a DC here.
Nope.
So yeah, you're just gonna straight up shoot him, and he can't block it.
And you do an extra point of damage.
Put that in there.
All right, so a total of 8 points of damage for this dude. That
All
is
right.
not reduced by anything. Does not like it,
Well,
but still standing.
well, I'm done. And I actually have an intern. That's nice. Okay, cool. And I can get rid of the...
You got it. All right, we are actually done with round 3, and we're at the top of round 4. The plant, once again, does not do anything. Chick, what would you like to do? I mean, I know it's many things, but currently you're suppressed, so you can do even less of them.
Okay. Well, again, none of my... I'm suppressed, so I only have a movement to 15, huh?
If it's normally 25, yes.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15. And I figure next round I will be able to come around the tower and do something more productive.
All right.
Coming around the town.
End of my turn does Frighten tick off?
Yep, and so does the other.
Do I have to do it manually?
Right-click the
I'll click it for you if you
Okay.
like.
No, it's not that. It's just I wasn't sure if it happened automatically. I can... Or
No.
you can do it. Fine.
Would you like me to put them back?
Moving
Navasi.
right along.
Dug it 'em.
All right. Navasi is going to move 15 feet up. Has a nice clean shot right there along the edge of this. It does not intersect at all. I can hit the left or the right side.
What, no get him?
Yep. And then, so I'm going to get him. Because
Yeah. Keep on getting them.
keep on getting them. But I only have a +3 to attack. Which, that really sucks. Yeah, I rolled a fucking 5 total.
Oh, did you now?
Well, yep.
Yep.
That's how it goes.
That's a natural
All right,
2.
So are you telling me that for this game it's going to be the Navasi 5?
It might be.
Okay, do you have any other action?
No, I don't have any more fucking actions.
Well, in that case, the turtle dude looks at how things are going, turns even further around, and hightails it into the jungle.
I'm gonna use my reaction at the first 5 seconds.
I forgot you got that. Okay. All right.
Fuck yeah, 27 to hit.
Oh, God. Well, you don't have your penalties because you've already acted. Give me the damage.
5 points of damage.
Let's get him.
Okay.
That's 6.
He literally had 1 HP. You guys.
You got him.
When you shot him, the first time he moved, he flipped over to half HP and was like, I'm leaving, I'm done. You've spent the last couple of rounds stopping him from leaving. Congratulations. I hope you are happy that you have killed a turtle that only wanted to go into a pond.
I'm ecstatic.
The Spore Cloud had said otherwise.
How does he taste?
Are we making
We can make turtle soup.
turtle jerky?
Me at the encounter. Wait, no. What do I press so he looks dead?
You should be able to give him the dead condition.
Yeah.
No. Let's put him at 0 HP. Does that do anything?
Yep. Should.
Yeah.
If you right-click on the token, you can set the condition as dead. The skull.
There's a skull. Assign status effects. There we go. Dying. Nope. Already dead. But, it's all the way at the end. There you go. So, while trying to find out how this dude tastes is probably a priority for some of you, I would like to remind you that there are creatures that also appeared at the same time as the dude and the plant did.
Let's fucking
And
shoot
these-
them.
All right, so you have successfully murdered a poor defenseless tortoiseshell.
Defenseless.
Yes. Well, no, fully defensive. Yes, he offenseless.
Yes.
You have suffered how much damage as a result of this encounter? Besides the mental anguish.
No, I got
Yes.
a point.
That's right.
Did
And it
anybody
wasn't
else take any damage?
Nope.
planned.
Yeah, but that was
Whatever it is.
also
Yeah.
that was my favorite point.
No.
I mean, the first.
And technically, that was from the mushroom.
That's the first. That's
It's
the
the
first
dearest.
damage. That's the first damage that the party has taken in the campaign.
Wow. Yes, you will remember this poison fondly, I'm sure.
No.
It's true.
While that is definitely
But
something
I vote
you could do.
I vote we cook him
Again,
in
I'd
his
like
own
to
shell.
remind you that there were actually beings that popped into existence at the same time, and that, well, you left them with the survey team.
Devasi heads back to the survey.
Oh, did they want some? It looks like there's enough for everybody.
Anybody else follow?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll make friends.
this seems ominous. Is the survey team like murdered?
Curious about the fucking mushrooms, but all right.
No. If anything, it seems like they're trying to converse with these beings that seem like humanoids made out of rock.
Mm.
Is F and Chick, are you guys following?
They said yeah.
Should I move you or?
Yes. Yeah. Move me. Sorry.
Well, now that you have entered the conversation, you notice something curious.
Speak?
Like the 3 members of the survey team are like trying to converse amongst themselves, like they're accused by something. And as the rest of you guys approach the stairs and look down, it looks like the leader of these rocky beings looks up at you and goes, Darmok! Darmok enchilada tanagra!
Enchilada?
Enchilada?
Yes, because we've already had a tortilla. Yes, let's see who's got what lore.
Underground.
Shaka, when the walls fell.
Absalom.
Did anybody pick a character with, let's see,
Still the same fucking lore as we...
no. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
What? Did you?
No, Infosphere.
Okay.
Are the rocks connected to the Infosphere?
No.
I have intimidation.
Okay, rocks are,
You would,
are a part of
wouldn't you?
geology, which is a physical science. I would argue.
All right, so while that is an argument, I do have actual skills I can ask you guys to roll. So, going to ask whether anybody has the following skills.
Yeah.
Society. Okay. Computers.
Yep.
Crafting.
Untrained,
Kinda.
but I got a +2.
Computers.
Well, you can roll untrained. Or Arcana.
Untrained, but I got a +2.
I got
All right.
crafting, dude.
So those are the 4 options that you'd probably have the best luck with. Arcana, computers, crafting, and society. And I'd like you guys to pick one and roll it.
I'm going to pick computers.
I am doing crafting.
I'll do Arcana.
A 20.
I'm gonna roll a 1.
I did okay. I got an 18.
18's important.
Okay, so that was a 20 in computers, an 18 in crafting, and what did we have else there?
A 9 in computers.
And a 9 in computers from Isaac.
A natural 1 for
Are you
8 in Arcana.
gonna do anything about that natural one? Mm-hmm. Right. I'm
gonna hate it.
See, this is the problem. You guys are currently
roll
trying to
society
communicate
instead?
with them and trying to figure out something right now. So this is going to be an issue because much like the survey,
Okay.
the total amount of successes and failures does matter.
The mini game.
Yeah, effectively. All right. Well,
I'm
let me
hoarding
just
my
check
fucking hero
one
point. I'm not
thing
rolling it.
and see if things are slightly easier for you. Let's see. Just a moment. There's an option that I didn't mention, and
Yeah.
I feel I should. If you don't want to roll yourself, you can roll to aid somebody. So I will let you, Zamir, to roll your other check, but only if you choose to aid somebody.
At least you're rolling the dice again.
What's the DC to aid?
15.
That's
In this
gonna
edition.
do.
15? Well, that 8 wouldn't.
Okay. All right. Here, hold up. I will. I'll.
Well, you
check-
haven't made things worse.
It's neither harmful nor helpful. So
We're not.
Right. So
It helped so much before, dude.
you are touching grass in
I'm gonna go
distracting
touch
ways.
grass.
So you are actively taken away from this conversation. So you guys do get some general understanding out of the conversation you're having with this being. You understand that his name is Glerak and that he is a technician, or at least somebody who maintains or works these Magitech towers. He is a member of the Alethi Alliance, which you think is what they call themselves. Kind of like a planetary, maybe they had different factions that joined together to defend the entire planet. This is something that happened, after the gap with the planets in formerly Galarian system. Get an outside threat, band together even though you don't necessarily like each other, kind of stick around. And it seems that they had a problem with a civilization named something like Civ, SIVV, maybe? And this empire was something they couldn't deal with, so they hid using technology. That's about all you can get out of this conversation. Now,
I have telepathy, but it only works with languages we mutually understand.
Does it give you any kind of bonuses that you're aware of? Okay.
No, I will read you the description of the
Sure.
limited telepathy. Okay, limited telepathy, 30 feet. Hold on. I love it when this stuff works. When stuff works the way that I want it to. Love it.
Where is that on your character sheet? Is that
Languages.
would that be at the very front?
Yep.
I don't actually see it there.
Don't know what to tell you, dude. It's
All right.
there under languages. Limited telepathy, 30 feet.
That's probably because I'm clicking on a different character.
You might not see it there, but you feel it in the back
Yes,
of your mind.
as a matter of fact, telepathically, I have been informed of my errors.
Stupid.
Yes, in that specific fashion. I'm gonna give you a bonus
Okay.
to the next roll. I will ask again what kind of lore everybody has.
underground and
Still infosphere.
I have Zani K.
Okay, I will let you guys for the next round of questioning to do the infosphere and the physical sciences instead, if you'd like. For this questioning, we're going to go with also Arcana, Nature, or Society.
I got nature.
Okay,
I'm going to hit up the society.
all right. And you guys are rolling on your own rather than assisting.
I'm going to try to assist.
Yeah, I don't have physical science, Lord. Do I just roll, Dimitri? Is it a flat check?
You roll a skill to help with it.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be the same skill usually.
Cool. Then I will roll my nature because I'm good at it and see if I can assist Samir. Dimitri, are we looking for an amount of successes or a big number?
The more successes, the better.
Okay, then I'm rolling on my own.
All right.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, 25.
Okay, so I see 225s in the physical sciences from Zamir and in nature from Chick Chick.
But Isef also got a 22.
On the infosphere lore. Okay, good. And then Navasi is bringing up the rear with
A 10. Let's not talk about a 10.
But that was a right.
That was the 8.
Well, actually, we do have to, because if your guys are rolling on your own and you roll badly enough, there are critical failure effects. And let's see. So what's going on here is we've got a couple of, that's a 22 in the infosphere lore, right? Okay, so the infosphere blah, 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 net knowledge, that's all folks, is a success. Whereas the physical science lore and the nature check are actually critical successes. So for the second half of the communicating, you guys have managed to score 5 total successes because a crit counts as 2. So you guys understand what Glirak is communicating to you pretty much fully. You're piecing it together with different type of analogous knowledge because this civilization has existed basically without contact with the outside world except for this Civ Dominion, as far as you can tell. But you're able to point to the Magitech consoles and explain concepts of information transfer through those circuitry that Glirak is familiar with in terms that you are familiar with. So you are able to then find common ground, which is why information lore, infosphere lore applies. And then you are also able, given what you've already learned from the survey with nature, make parallels to the point that you guys are understanding each other. So what you managed to get out of Glirak is that the planet's Magitech went haywire when the Alethi Alliance tried to adapt stolen quantum technology. So what happened was that they added quantum tech to their own, they activated it, and then shit hit the fan. And the particular fashion in which it hit the fan was they got Schrodingered, essentially.
I called that last session.
When the planet got shielded, the reason why nobody could see any living things on the planet was, well, it hid them a little too well. And then when the drift crisis changed the underlying rules, they got knocked out of alignment, but not completely. So it is still possible to make adjustments to the tower network in order to try and stabilize the remaining shield. So what Glirak wants you to do is to spread this information to as many of your allies as you can so they can go to as many towers as they can get to and do the thing he wants you to do at the tower. Because these towers are not remotely controlled. Each of them is supposed to be controlled from its own controls. So you're currently at one, and there are other survey teams elsewhere near towers. If you can get this information out through the Waydenites and then in a coordinated effort, specifically punch a particular sequence into the controls, maybe you can actually, if not reverse the damage, definitely prevent it from getting worse. And there is a small hiccup on the way though, because most of these towers were supposed to be protected by repair drones because they're out in the middle of the jungle.
Okay.
You want some sort of an automated repair system. And chances are, if you are to approach a tower with active repair drones,
the
repair drones
attack us.
Bingo. So while it's a good idea to get to as many towers as possible, there is also danger in approaching towers you haven't approached already and cleared out, because the repair drones are probably going to see you as a threat. I mean, me and you are cool, but I'm not going to go reprogram robots planet-wide right now. I don't have the resources.
Can you, Glirak, can you give us any tips or instruction on how to do this efficiently or better?
Well, essentially, he gives you the sequence.
Okay.
So he thinks that the right way to adjust the technology, given everything you have found out in the survey and then communicate it to him, and then he's like, oh, okay, oh, all right. So you are effectively doing a diagnostics course right now with him. And he's like, okay, I think this will help, but obviously you want to punch it in at the same time at as many towers as possible. So, correct. As a matter of fact, last session, during an infosphere check,
we're not the only team on the
pulled
planet.
information out of the other teams sharing it, because you're the only ones with the internet here. Absolutely. And are you guys
relay this
willing to trek to another tower through the jungle? Or, like the heroes you are, you're going to leave this to the Wade Knights to deal with themselves? They'd like you to go to another tower. Because this tower is
we're contracted to them.
Do we need to construct more pylons?
You do. You need to approach additional pylons and then capture them. And then after they're captured,
we do definitely need to construct additional pylons.
But if you don't want to, I mean, technically, you can request the shuttle that brought you here to bring you back to the spaceship, temple ship. That would be incredibly, well, no, because it's in the middle of the jungle and you need a landing space.
Look, can the shuttle not just bring us to the next tower?
Do you remember that when you guys were coming down, everything was eerily quiet?
So how did the other teams get?
Well, it's no longer quiet. It's a loud jungle full of dangerous animals, and you'd have to trek through that. Well, they're going to be a little busy, because
that's why
other teams also need to split up and go to towers. You can just go to a pickup point and wait for a shuttle to arrive.
Well, if they're too busy
or you can go to a tower and then participate in the activation.
I think Navasi would radio back to the ship through the comms link and say, this is the code. We need to get everybody to enter this in at the consoles, at as many consoles as possible, and ask for coordinates for the closest.
The survey team backs you up, so it's not just you. They had shared part of that conversation already, so now everybody gets debriefed. And yes, you've got the coordinates to a tower you could reach on foot, because time is also a factor, since the sky is literally breaking apart and falling. The longer you wait, the worse it's going to get.
Is it an energy field, or is it actually made of material?
Kind of both.
Okay.
Because you remember that during your survey, you guys figured out that the towers, the stone parts at least, were integrated in like a symbiosis type fashion with the living things on the planet. So that technology was actually supposed to be kind of both living and technological. It's probably inspired by the symbiosis of things on the planet, like the turtle dude and the flower, because the flower only did spores when the turtle dude did the display.
Yep.
Okay. And
okay. Anyway.
But yeah, they are good here. They're going to activate this tower, and they're going to keep company to the Glirak and his team. So you're good. They're loving it. Well, some of them. The ones that are into human contact are. The botanist is very much... Yes, but now they're active. So she was justified into telling you that one was angry.
There are still plenty of plans for her to study.
I love that we are anthropomorphizing the plant.
This is where we're going to pick up next session.
Boo.
Yes. Boo. Boo me. Yes, I earned those boos. I hope you guys enjoyed this.
Who earns?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, winning is great.
I especially look
1 point of damage. First blood.
You did run away.
No, turtle blood. Turtle blood was first.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to Dour Gnome Adventures. If you enjoyed our show, check out our website, dourgnomeproductions.com, for links to our social media and Discord community. Also, don't forget to leave us a review on your podcast app of choice and share us with your friends who might enjoy our show. New episodes drop every Monday. Dour Gnome Productions uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Dour Gnome Productions is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit Paizo.com. Music and sound effects for this podcast by Michael Ghelfi Studios, Flip Melvin, and Kevin MacLeod. Dour Gnome Adventures is the property of Dour Gnome Productions.